In this video, I want to give an overview of the live screen or the live task distribution. You will have an overview screen. Now there's another video that explains how to adjust this overview screen to show what you need it to show, but this sample company has these different work centers set up. So an assembly center, a deburr center, a laser center, deburr laser, metal ash, press brake. Quality, all these are sensors set up. Now it is only showing the sensors that have actual work orders in the sensors at currently. That's how it's set up. So we want to look at this part here, from this customer, Yumiko, with the part number of Dusty. And you can see that the processes involved to make this part are laser, deburr laser, press brake, powder paint, tapping arm quality, and then finally shipping. These processes are set up in the engineering master, and there's a link below telling you how to get to the video to show you how to set this engineering master up. So it has the laser, it needs a piece of 20 gauge cobalt steel that you need to deburr it. Needs to be bent at the press brake, and then we're going to powder paint it, and it requires this powder paint. And then finally, it goes to the tapping arm. The settings in this sample database has everything has to go through quality before it ships. So that's why we have these cells of laser, deburr laser, press brake, powder paint, tapping arm, and then it automatically will add quality before the shipping, based on the settings in the company settings. So here this is. Now if we were to look at the work order that is printed for this, the work order, you got your customer part directory and customer, the PO number, you know part number, so there is 50 piece here. And you can see it is the same. Routing, laser, deburr laser, press brake, powder paint, tapping arm, quality, and shipping. So here it is, the laser with this requirement that belongs to the laser. And then it will go through deburr laser, press brake, powder paint with this requirement belonging to powder paint as the indention does that, or notifies us of that, and then finally tapping arm. You can see that each one of these have a barcode. So what will take place is this work order will go to the laser. The laser operator will scan this barcode, and he will begin the work. When he has laser cut all 50 pieces, he will scan the barcode again and report that he has cut all 50 pieces. So when the laser gets the work order, this is what is seen on the overview. Now at the laser there's a screen by the laser, and this is what his screen looks like. And you see here's that part. Now what happens here is the work order is scanned in on, the 50 pieces are cut, and the work order is then scanned out of and reported that it has been completed, all 50 pieces. So when the laser operator scans out of it and reports that all 50 pieces are cut, the system will automatically move it to the next cell. So you see it just jumped over here to deburr laser. And so now what takes place is the laser operator takes the parts and the work order to the deburr laser cell. The deburr laser cell will then scan the barcode, begin his work. When they have completed the 50 pieces of deburring it, they will scan the barcode again. And say that they've completed all 50 pieces. Now the inside of the deburr laser cell, this is what their screen looks like. So you see there's the part, and you see that laser has crossed through, so we know that that has been done. You also see that here's other parts that deburr laser has to still cut. Or deburr. All right. So it's sitting in the deburr laser cell. Now he will scan the barcode, report that he's deburred all 50 pieces, and there it is. It's at the deburred laser, and we see that the next operation after deburred laser is press brake. So the deburred laser gets the parts, scans the work order, completes the parts, reports that they're completed, and as soon as he does, you'll see that it'll move off of the deburr laser and onto the press brake. Now if you go back and look at the deburr laser, you see it disappeared from his TB screen, and it is now at the press brake. So if you look at the press brake screen, there's the part. You see that the laser's been complete, the deburr laser's been complete, and now it's at the press brake. And so the same process is involved here. So here it is at the press brake. Here's the work order. So the press brake operator right here will scan the barcode, begin his work, complete all 50 pieces, scan the barcode and report that he's completed all 50 pieces. And as soon as he reports it, you will watch it move from the press brake screen down to the powder paint screen. So it'll move from here to the powder paint. As soon as the operator scans out of it, they're moved. And so now, the powder paint cell looks at their TV, and they see right here that they have to paint this part. So now they know to paint it, and you'll notice that it left the press brake screen. It's no longer here. So, again, the powder paint person will take their work order. They will scan the barcode. They will paint the 50 pieces, and then they will scan the barcode and report that all 50 pieces have been painted. And when they do, it'll move from the powder paint back to the tapping arm. So now the cell at the tapping arm has a TV there, and they see that they need to tap this part with the tapping arm. So the tapping arm will grab the work order. They will scan the work order, and they'll begin their work. They will complete their work, and they will scan that they have used the tapping arm on all 50 pieces. And then when they clock out, you see that it moves from the tapping arm over to quality. Because remember, we have it set in the system settings that everything has to go through quality before it leaves. So now the quality cell, here's their TV, and you'll notice that the part is right here. And so it's on his list now to check this part. And so quality now will perform their checks. They will upload any inspection reports. They will upload or verify that material certifications, and all these are just set on the order whether it's there or not. And they will upload all the proper paperwork, check that the part meets all the dimensional requirements of the part. And then when quality is done and the part is good, they can clock in and out of it, and you see it move right here to shipping. And so now the shipping clerk has this TV screen above them or near them, and you can see that right here it says this part's ready to ship. And so the shipping person will then scan the barcode. They'll pack the part. They'll be able to scan the tracking into the work order and be able to keep all of those records of how it shipped, when it shipped. Maybe you delivered it. You can deliver it, bring back the paperwork, and scan it back in to keep the record, and the record will go into the part. And so the shipping clerk, when they get done with this work order and they scan in that they have packed it and it has shipped, they will scan out of it, and you'll notice it's now gone. And so this is a way through live screens where instead of having to go crazy all day long walking around asking the laser operator to cut a part, and as soon as the part's cut, let you know so that you can tell the press brake operator to bend it, and you're doing this on all of these orders. And it's maddening and it's stressful. And so what this does is it lets the work order flow itself through. And when we set the systems up in companies, when we put the cells in place, and so these cells are completely customizable. These are the different machines that you set up for your company, and they can be anything from, like you see here with the metal shop, or they can be sewing machines, they can be printing, cells, they can be silk screening, it can be, wood cutting. Any kind of operation that you do, all of these are just the machines that have been set up inside of the system. And so if you go over here to the settings and you look at the machine setup, these are just the machines that have been set up for this sample company. And there's a video linked below on how to set up the different machines for your company. But this live screen system is a way where you can distribute the work orders through the floor and it will flow very seamlessly. And so now I'll do this again with this work order and let you see it kind of flow quickly through. And so you can see it's at the laser. Laser gets done, and it moves on its own to the deburr laser. Deburr laser gets done. It moves on its own to press brake. Press brake gets done, and as soon as the press brake is done, the powder paint sees it. When powder paint is finished, it moves to the tapping arm. When the tapping arm is finished, it moves to quality. And then, after quality has finished with the order, it will move to shipping. When shipping has finished packing the order, it will ship and disappear from the screen because the order is now closed. So that's a quick overview of the live task distribution or the screens from FloorVisio. It will revolutionize the way your plant runs. You'll get more output through the floor, and your bottom line will increase. If you have any questions, contact us. We offer free training and we will help you get the setup for your company and create the machines and help you with those kind of setup tasks to get this going for you. Thanks.